Okay, so hey guys, this is my first guitar built by hand. This is Krista, and it took me, I want to say probably a good 6 months to put together. Working on it sporadically back in California. This build was finished out there. I almost didn't think I would get it back because somebody sold a house on me and my shop with it. But this is, this is very rough. I'll show you right here. We've got what would normally be your waist onto your soundboard neck here. My error was that the ribs were in too tight. So you can see this is not your average waist size for a acoustic dreadnought guitar. Yeah, there were a couple of things that I was very anxious about finishing. I just wanted to put it together and play it and see if I could do it. So I did it. If you'll see here on my headstock, it says SPCG. That's my Sean Patrick Canavan Guitars. That would be my unofficial company name. Guitars work a lot like pianos too, I realized. I looked underneath the piano, and where the strings are for the piano, there's a resonator hole, like just like your sound hole. So our strings produce the resonance that makes a guitar and its sound. What else can I tell you? The rosette here was some extra cutoff that got salvaged for the simple rosette. I didn't have the time to carve in a more delicate, fine rosette that would typically go on a handcrafted or even a machine guitar. One thing I learned about guitars, and they're inside your guitar. You have, I don't know if you can see in there from the camera, but there are braces under there, and on both sides, on your soundboard and your back plate. And so when you're plucking the strings, which this thing is completely out of tune, and I think it's going to stay like that. It does have a bit of a bassy sound, but your braces not only add support to your soundboard and your back plate and the rest of the guitar, but the sound bounces off of those braces, so the sound projects back out, so it could affect the sound slightly. One thing I've also learned about bracing is that if they are in a square form, 9 out of 10 the guitar was machined, because usually with curved or rounded braces, you could route it, but it's usually done by hand and carefully sanded. I'm sure the big companies like Martin, Taylor, and all those guys do it machined to save on time and money. But yeah, I mean, this is it did have a lacquer finish, one of those spray lacquers, which it actually completely, you can't even tell now, it's gone. There's a little bit of a glaze reflection there. You can see there's a couple of gaps in my neck that I filled with wood glue. The bridge was custom made. It's kind of rough. You're not supposed to glue on the saddle. I glued the saddle on. I added a wood screw here to pin it to the tail block, which is underneath there, and you can see the tail block is kind of loose here. Not the tail block, the left rib is loose, so that's not good either. And I should have put down a strip of wood here to add support and make it more decorative. But yeah, for a first guitar, it's good for what it is. It does play to some degree. I did learn a lot building this. There is a saying in woodworking that you should measure twice, cut once, and I tried to do that for the most part. But that was enough. So maybe measure 3 times and cut once. what else here? With the lacquering and the finer sanding, having a power sander to go over the lacquer, I noticed some professionals do that. They spray down the lacquer, give it a little time, and then sand over another, use a power orbital or a table sander to go over it again. It is ridiculously hot in this room, so I'm going to cut this short. There will be other guitars down the road. This is only one of many. In fact, I can't really see, but I have most of my previous build stuff is over here. So there are guitars in progress, and hopefully this room will be converted to a workbench. All this stuff has to be cleaned up, and have to retool, get some chisels, band saws, table saws, routers, orbital sanders, chisels, all the good stuff that goes into building one of these babies. I used standard tuners here. I was really anxious about cutting the holes through there, and I used, what do you call it, what do they call those things? They're, damn, I can't remember the name of the tool offhand, but it has a little point in it, and it grows, and the point gets larger as you cut deeper into the groove, and that ended up proving to be the most accurate way to install them. Otherwise, to drill it, I felt like I would either have too much room or too little. So having that tool, which I don't have anymore, that was lost in California. So I'll just show you guys one more time all the stuff that's going on here. My headstock is, you can see the tuners are way out there. They should be somewhere like right here, but for what it is, it's okay. Right, your fret wire. This was a pre-slotted board, I think, so that made it easier to install the frets. You can see there's a little bit of overhang here. You usually need like either a file or a metal file or what they call a fret file to cut these guys back a little bit. A little short here, but that's it. This is Krista, and I anticipate that once I'm retooled here and have a new bench set up, there will be another build. I'm not going to give out the name for that one yet. I'm going to leave it a surprise. All right, see the braces down there. It is bassy, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And craft on, luthiers, and rock on. All right, later.